Welcome to this interview with ASSA ABLOY CEO Nico Delvaux. Today we published our Q1 report in 2025. Nico, could you please summarize the report for us?
I can do that, Björn. It was a good start of the year with a top line organic growth of 2%. And then also this quarter, a good complementary growth of acquisitions of net 5%, held by currency 1%, so top line up 8% at almost 38 billion SEK. I think very strong operational execution with very good operating leverage on the 2% organic growth and an EBIT margin of 14.9%. With that footnote that EBIT margin 14.9% was affected in an important way by 140 basis points dilution, mainly linked to one-off acquisition and divestment related costs. So underlying a much better EBIT margin. Good cash generation, 51% cash conversion, which is good for a seasonally lower Q1, and a cash of 2.4 billion SEK. So a very good start of the year.
Very good. It's been very topical, the tariffs introduced on imported product into the US. How is ASSA ABLOY exposed to the tariffs?
So, you know, US is an important market for us. But if you look what we sell in the US, around 70% of what we sell in the US, we also produce in the US, so they are not affected by tariffs. Then close to 15% we buy in North America, a little bit in Canada, but mainly in Mexico, a bit more than 10% in Mexico, where today we are not affected by the tariffs because we fall under the exemptions. And then the other 15% we buy mainly in Asia, a bit in Europe. No really big country that sticks out, all in that 1-2% range, with the exception of China, where we buy around 10% in China for the US market.
And at the moment, the tariffs on imported products from China are very high. What are you doing to mitigate those effects?
Yeah, under 45% is perhaps not the tariff, it's more an embargo, you could say. But then you've also heard Mr. Trump saying yesterday evening or this morning that they are negotiating with China on much lower tariffs. So let's be confident that that will be the case going forward. For the time being, obviously, we are seeing together with our suppliers how we can further reduce the cost. And we're also looking in relocation activities from China to other places in the world. And that's something we will do anyhow, irrespective of tariffs, just to make sure that we have redundancy in place. We believe this is a good strategy going forward. And then obviously we are increasing in a very significant way prices, because obviously to compensate for 145% tariffs, you have to increase prices in a very important way.
Let's change tact and move over to something positive. Is there anything that you're particularly happy about in this quarter?
I think there's a lot of things we are happy about. I think it was a good start of the year, like I mentioned earlier. But if I have to pick one, I would take the electromechanical development, where we had double-digit growth again in the quarter for our electromechanical business. We really see that further shift from mechanical to electromechanical, which is obviously a very positive evolution for us. And then perhaps in particular, if you zoom a little bit, the whole recurring revenue part, where we had again very high double-digit organic growth for everything what is recurring revenue, software as a service. And that comes, of course, together with the electromechanical shift, because that gives us the possibility to then sell more recurring revenue.
Very good. Well, thank you very much, Nico, and we look forward to speaking to you again after the Q2 report in July.
Thank you, Björn.